channel. Today I'm coming at you with a homeschooling video. I realize that I haven't made one of these in a while, and honestly our methods of homeschooling have completely changed since my last update. I remember last video I made, I talked about how we did mainly unschooling where we learned through play and we didn't do many worksheets. But now we mostly do worksheets because suddenly Zelda seems to thrive doing worksheets, which I am really excited about because when we do worksheets, I have this visual way to track her progress. Like I can look back through her papers over the week or over the weeks and see how they're getting better and better, and I love that. And I feel like she also gets a sense of accomplishment seeing how great she did on a worksheet. So that is what we're doing now, mainly worksheets, but we still do a lot of learning through play. But I still don't use a curriculum, I kind of just go with the flow. So I wanted to show you today how I lesson plan, and I also want to ask fellow homeschooling mamas with younger kids for advice before I get started, because you will notice when I open our folder that there is some work from yesterday that was not completed, and the reason for that is that I like to sit down with Zelda to do all of her worksheets. A lot of them she could probably do on her own, but I like to stay involved with the entire process. But that's pretty hard because Delilah, who is 13 months, is honestly wild on a level that I'm not used to. She gets into everything, she screams a lot, she is very destructive, and she really wants my attention all the time. You may hear her screaming right now. She's in the other room playing with her sister. So I have a hard time sometimes sitting down and homeschooling Zelda because I literally have to tend to her 24/7. She's always climbing up on the table, or if I bring her into my lap with us, she'll just rip up the worksheets, and it's chaos. So that is why yesterday's schoolwork didn't get done, so we will finish that today hopefully. But I just need some advice from fellow homeschooling mamas who are dealing with this, how to keep my younger child happy so that I can focus on Zelda to homeschool. So if you have dealt with this, please let me know what worked for you. She's wild, like I said, so it's gonna need to be something really good because everything I've tried has not worked. But anyways, let's jump right into this. I wanted to show you guys. So here is our weekly folder. What I do is the work that she's supposed to be doing that day I put on one side, and the work that she has completed for the week I put on the other side. And then at the end of the week I take everything out of this folder and put it in another folder, and we start fresh. So as you can see, on this side is where we will be putting our lesson plan for the day, but there's already some things in there from yesterday that we could not finish because of her sister, so please give me advice on that. But you can see that she learned about Connecticut, and she did the little, she didn't do the writing yet, but we'll get to that today. So anyways, each day we do a page on states. She loves these. It comes from this workbook that I paid $1 for, first grade level, in the Target dollar section. I don't think they have this anymore because now they have like all the Halloween stuff out, but yeah, that's where I got that. So today she will be finishing this side and doing this side as well. And we also didn't get to our sight word page. We do one of these every day, and we get these from this sight words workbook, K through first grade. We got this from the Dollar Tree, so this was also $1. So today she will also be doing this and the other side, hopefully, because as you can see, that's for today. I already have this in here as well. I made these. It's just octagon, hexagon, and pentagon. Now, honestly, every time I see one of these shapes, I have to pause for a minute and like count all the sides. So I figured that I would go over these with her because these are kind of hard shapes to learn. She doesn't know them yet. And what we're going to do is we're going to use these shapes and we're going to put them on the top and try to make our own. We're just going to make some patterns to cover up the shapes. I thought that would be a fun way to learn through play. See, like that, and cover up the shapes. So that's what we're gonna do for that today. And, okay, so I cannot say enough about Bob books. This is the beginning reader level, set 1, and Zelda has started reading because of these books. She can read through an entire one of these books. She just sounds out the words. As you can see, none of the words are really over 3 letters. They're really easy to read, really cute pictures that go along with it, and she has been starting to read because of these books. And honestly, that was one of my biggest fears academically with homeschooling her, was that she would not be able to learn to read from me and she would be behind. So now she's learning to read. I am so excited. So I cannot recommend those enough. So another thing we do, I use this book every day, Brain Quest, I always do that, Brain Quest workbook for kindergarten. So right now, she definitely, I told you she can like sound out words, so she knows all of her letter sounds, but there is nothing wrong with making sure that she doesn't forget them. So each day we do the back and front of one of these pages. She just circles the letters that start with that sound. So P for this one, and oh, the Q may throw her off. I'm excited to see how she does with the Q today. So I'm just going to, hopefully I can do this with one hand, to tear, whoop, knew that was coming. I'm going to tear this out and add that to my collection. And I usually just honestly just look through this book and see if anything catches my eye to do with her that day. I think I'm going to use other workbooks today though, but I always look back through this book and see if there's anything else that catches my eye. So as you can see, basically I just pile together different workbooks and I look through them and see if there's anything that I think will be good for that day. I do need to get some math, so I think I'm gonna get this. Yeah, and for the math page, we are trying to, as you can see, we're starting with beginner addition. She actually loves doing addition. She's pretty good at it. And I am going to use these to help visualize it for her. So I'll set those over there and see if I can get this out with one hand. So yeah, I'm going, and if we have time, we will attempt the back. If not, we will save the back for Monday. So got some math. I think I may also throw this over there. This is something she can do independently by herself, and she enjoys tracing this. We are learning to count to 100. She's actually pretty good with most of her numbers, but the teens throw her off for some reason. Like, she skips some, she says them incorrectly, so we are working on memorizing the teens and writing them. So I'll throw this over there. She could do that by herself. Let's see. Okay, so every day we have been learning the days of the week. So what I do is I get out my manuscript tablet, I get out a piece of paper, like so, and I write on it, today is, and then the day of the week. So today is Friday. I am going to write, today is Friday, and then we are going to read that together, and she is going to write her own version underneath. I will show you kind of, like, this is yesterday's. See, I wrote today is Thursday, and then she wrote today is Thursday. I feel like she did a good job yesterday. And then she learns her days of the week, works on her writing and reading and all that good jazz. So, yeah, right now I'm going to write, see if I can do this with one hand. I'm going to write today is Friday. I do not have the best handwriting, and I am doing this while holding a camera, so bear with me. Today is, thank goodness it is Friday. Friday. There we go. So she will read that and write it, and she'll know what day it is. And let's see, I think we have enough for today because like I said, we did not finish yesterday, so she's kind of going to have to double up on that. So let's see what we have. That probably won't fit in there. So we have this. We have some more math. So those two are math. We have our phonics, our state lesson that we have to finish. We have our sight words. We have to do front and back of that. We have our day of the week. We have our book that we're going to read. And we have this little fun shapes activity. So yeah, I think that's all we're going to do for today. Sometimes we do more, sometimes we do less. That's the joy of homeschooling. You kind of do what you want. But yeah, so that's what I do. I just basically get all my workbooks out and I dig through them and I find whatever interests me for the day, and I try to keep it kind of balanced in terms of subjects. But yeah, so that's all I do. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If anyone else does this, like makes their own curriculum and like kind of throws it together from workbooks, please let me know. I'd like to know. I'm not the only one. And like I said earlier, if you have any advice on how to keep younger siblings occupied during homeschooling, please comment that down below as well. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.